Good afternoon. Today I would like to talk to you about creating a music therapy position here at Titusville High School. And to begin, I would just like to talk a little bit about what is music therapy. And so this first definition comes from the American Music Therapy Association, and it reads, Music therapy is the clinical and evidence-based use of musical interventions to accomplish individualized goals within a therapeutic relationship by a credentialed professional who has completed an approved music therapy program. And so that's kind of a lot of words. And so basically what that means is we use music for change. And that can be for emotional change, for cognitive change, social change, physical change, any of those types of domains and more. And the other part is that's really important is that it's done by an accredited professional. And so these professionals are people that have at least a bachelor's degree in music therapy, which means they would have studied at a certified program where they would have learned psychology, abnormal psych as well, anatomy. They would do all of their liberal packages with math and history and culture and English. They would also do music classes and music therapy classes as well. They also have to complete 1,200 hours of clinical practice, and that's under the supervision of a music therapist who's out in the field. So that's what we call internship, which can be done anywhere that has a program, an accredited program. And they also have to pass a board certification to make sure that even after all of that, that they still have the information and knowledge to help people in a great way. And so thinking about all of that, what is music therapy? What do we really do? The next part would be, who do we actually serve? And on the most basic level, it'd be anyone who would benefit from music therapy services. And so different than like music ed, everyone gets it. That's in the school, but for music therapy, it's only those who would benefit from it. And how we figure that out is we go through assessment. So just like a recreational therapist or occupational therapist or a physical therapist, right? Not everyone gets those just because. So not everyone gets physical therapy, but only when they need it and when they're going to benefit from it. And so just like a physical therapist does, we go through an assessment period where we assess the student, or what we would call a client. And we see what are their presenting needs, and do they have presenting needs in the cognitive domain, or do they have presenting needs in the physical domain? And then we determine through our evaluation whether music therapy will be beneficial for them. Maybe it won't be. Maybe it'll be contraindicated. But that's kind of the process that we go through. So when we're thinking about who we could serve, on a general basis, it's anyone who would really benefit from these services after we do assessment. And this can include the general student of the student body, or could also include students who are in special education. Thinking about coping skills and abilities and social skills and emotional needs and things such as that. And so moving into why should we really be specifically in Titusville? And so going off of the point of the students that we serve, Titusville has a big program for special education. And music therapists, at least for Slippery Rock, we specialize in working with people with disabilities, whether it's adults or adolescents or children. And so working with that population would be able to help the aides and the teachers as well. And another point is Titusville High School has 2 psychologists and they service over 500 students. So that's a ratio of 1 psychologist to 250 people, 250 students. And so to be able to bring a music therapist in not only creates a different dynamic from a talk therapy or a psychologist with music, but it also allows that to be a 3-way split for responsibility. And a music therapist would have a lot more mobility to go into classrooms, have a lot more ability to go into these special education programs that maybe a psychologist doesn't have the availability to do. And so we can really lighten the load on that as well, and be able to service students in a more efficient way. And then obviously we need to talk about, what are the costs of having a music therapist. And so the salary for a music therapist in PA on average, the starting salary is around $27,000 a year, which is pretty cheap for a school, as far as most teachers start off around $36,000 to $40,000. And so significantly cheaper costs to bring in a music therapist who would only specialize in this one thing. So thinking about that, the other thing to think about would be instruments. And so a lot of these are one-time costs with repair, but that's not necessarily true. But if we were to take that route, to create a basic setup, we would need something like a guitar, maybe a piano or keyboard, some drums, just for a really basic setup. And so some of these things might be able to be provided by the music education here, maybe an extra piano, an extra keyboard. But if not, the Yamaha P45 has proven to be a very effective piano or keyboard, and it's $400. As far as a guitar, I have a guitar, and so that would be a free cost, which is nice. And then as far as drums go, the LPM 199 Mini bongos about $40, so we're $440. And then the Minor congas are about $400 as well, and so we're about $850 for insurance, almost a one-time cost, which would be really nice. And then the last part to think about is just a yearly budget, and so I have budgeted around $200 per year, and you might do kind of like a quarterly system where there might be like a fall semester budget and a spring semester, but anywhere from like $200 to $400 would be something that would be beneficial to the program, and so that might be used for student projects and services, and also keeping up with instrument repair, or buying scarves or parachutes, or something like that. So just kind of any cost that we would need to upkeep the program. And so just as a recap, we got a music therapist who is helping who are helping students to change, to increase or to decrease or to maintain. They're an accredited professional. They're going to be relieving the responsibilities of the psychologists. They're going to be able to service students specifically with a specialization in special education, and the costs are significantly cheaper than just a regular teacher. And so hopefully we'll be able to create a music therapy program here at Titusville. I think it'd be very beneficial. Evidence shows that music therapy works, and that it's alive. And so thank you for your time. I really appreciate it, and we'll be in contact. Thank you.